Hello, everyone. It is Mr. Fernandez. Welcome to our first week of careers. Yay, careers! So this is how we're gonna start structuring our class. I will attempt to explain the instructions for the week in this video. So this week's this video. Next week you'll have another video where I'll show you what you're going to be doing, and then you will go and do it. This week the focus is on you. We want to, and by we I mean me, I want to learn about you, and I want you to learn about you. So you're going to focus on kind of self-analyzing and self-reflecting, your strengths, your weaknesses, all that fun stuff. So without further ado, let's turn to what your assignment will look like. So here we are. This is just my schedule for what we're doing in the course. Whee, look at that, all planned out. So if we go to our Google Classroom, you can see here that career school closure is up at the top. Week 1, April 20th to 24th. That's how I'm going to title things. So the following week will be week 2 with the dates, and then week 3, so on and so forth. I have it scheduled to pop up next Monday, which is why it's in the gray color and not in the bright orange. So when we click it, you will have the instruction video, which hopefully you are already watching. And so the first thing is to open up the Me and My Goals document. This will show you and explain to you what you're going to be doing. So your task is you will create a slideshow that explores who you are as a person, what you think of yourself, your goals for the future, etc. So how will you do the task? Using the slideshow provided to you in Google Classroom, you will input your information, etc. in it. And so if we go back, Me and My Goals, and so this slideshow, it is nothing fancy. I've done this before for you, I believe for this class. And it's just an empty slideshow that you then get to fill out as necessary. So the information to include, it is not exhaustive. So what does that word mean? It means that you can add whatever else you choose. This is just the information that I've suggested. You can add more, etc. So what are your goals? So what is your goal for the next month, the next year, next 5 years, next 10 years? What are your strengths and weaknesses? What are obstacles that you've overcome? What is your current education and what will your future education look like? What are you planning or what do you hope? What are your interests and hobbies? Who is your support network? So who are the people that you go to when you have concerns or if you need help? What are your fears? And then describe your ideal life plan, from now until death. You can get as detailed or be as vague as you choose. Then I give you some requirements for the slideshow. As many slides as you feel are necessary. I don't care how many slides there are. You decide. If you want 3, you want 3. If you want 30, you want 30. Whatever you choose. Maximum, though, 150 characters, numbers or letters, excluding spaces, per slide. So remember that. And then your slideshow must have a theme beyond the basic white. So if we go to here, you can go to the theme and then can pop up them all here. I'm pretty sure you can download other themes if you choose to, but just, I don't want the basic white, it's boring. At least one relevant picture for every 2 slides, so try and find pictures, and then minimum size 24 font, okay? There is an extra bit here, which I don't usually do the extra, but this is for this one. Because it's a slideshow, include, and remember this is extra, so you don't have to do this, include what you would say if you presented this slideshow to the class. So you can do one of 2 things. You can, in the notes on each slide, so if we go back to the slide, you have the notes here and you can type in what you're going to say there. Or you can screen capture and record your presenting, then upload that video. So for example, I'm using QuickTime Real Player. When I double click it, new screen recording, that's what I'm doing right now, where I'm recording what is on my screen. Or there's some apps that you can download if you're not on an Apple computer. The last part here, and this is how we're going to do all of our evaluations together. You will evaluate yourself. So in strengths of the work, what was done well? Maybe you organized the work coherently. Like it made a lot of sense how you organized it. And let's say you went into detail on life plan, you explained your goals well, and what are your other options? And let's say your pictures are strong and relevant. I want you to tell me what you did well, okay? And you can see here that I've added more space than what was originally available. Totally fine, definitely go ahead and do that. Areas of opportunity, maybe you use less characters. Maybe you had to go over. You weren't yet able to get to the 250 or the 150. And let's say you don't yet have an idea for education in the future. So those are things that could be improved, or you could better explain your support network. So those are things that could be improved. And then your how will you improve? I want you to tell me what you're going to do. Well, maybe for the using less characters, we'll work to better summarize my ideas and look to friends, family for suggestions. So you're going to look to other people. When you're all done that, I want you to tell me what level you believe you earned. Okay? And that's how we're going to do our assessments. You're going to tell me, you're going to do that self-evaluation. And hopefully at some point we'll get to talk about it, but that self-reflection, that self-evaluation, super important in just about every career. So that's it, that's all. That's what you're going to be working on this week. You're going to self-reflect, look into yourself, see who you are, what your goals are, where you hope to go to in the future, what your strengths are, your weaknesses, and you're going to put it into a slideshow, which I will then be able to look at. Like I said, your assessments are all going to be self-evaluated. So when I say all, I mean all. You are going to have to tell me what you did well, what needs to improve, how you're going to improve it, and then give me the mark that you think you've earned. I will very rarely disagree, most likely. I found that most students are quite honest, and that is part of the careers course. Speaking on behalf of somebody who's been working since I was 15, it does not matter what job I worked, I always had to self-reflect. When I worked at Tim Hortons, I had to self-reflect on what I did well and where I needed to improve. My 4 years at Le Chateau had to do the exact same thing. Every time I had a review, had to say what was I doing well, did I need to improve. When I was at Best Buy, it was a monthly thing that you had to do, and you had to track it every single week. And now as an educator, that's a huge component of my job. So don't think that this self-reflection, it's going to be, oh, it's far, far in the future. No, you get into a part-time job and you have to start that self-reflecting. And then when you get into your career, you'll have to continue it. Okay, so that's why we're going to focus on that this term. If you have questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know. I am here for you. And other than that, best of luck this week. Bye, everyone.